one of the Goons is one of the most important street artists to come out of Chicago. I have a great fondness for wheat paste, and I love simple, impacting illustrations, and Goons is very strong at both of those aesthetics. His art may seem childish or lighthearted, but it, to me, hits very close to the core. The simple illustrations, you know, they definitely tell a story. Yeah.
I think a lot of people relate to not being interested in school sometimes, like just anywhere actually, just doodling on your paper while something else is in front of you, because it's just like you're feeling more creative than what you're seeing. So you want to bring something more creative to the situation, at least for your own self. So like what I did was, like, I was like in film class and I just didn't want to watch like Battleship Potemkin like again, or like watch a black and white film. So I just was like drawing stuff like I always did, but then I was like, why not like draw something that actually like is something that I really want to see out in the world, like that I would be pumped if I actually like saw in the world. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just start drawing that. And like my grandma used to call people Goonies, who are just like kind of offbeat characters, and I like saw the characters and they had like big red lips that just like came out naturally, and like a row of just characters, and I was just like, those are like Goonies, like those are just Goons, like they're just there. It's just like, it's just awesome. It just is, like, it just is what it is. Like when you see it, just like a reflection back of like whoever's looking at it will just like see either themselves or just something in it. And in doing that, like I was just like, okay, well, okay, this is good. Like I'm getting good feedback in that I put a sticker up on the street and I see someone walking by and they like take, maybe 1 in 10 takes a glance at it. So then for me, it just like became a numbers game in that, okay, like what if I put like 2 next to each other? Then somebody is twice as likely to look at it. And in that case, why not do like 20 like per street, or like expand it out to make it as big as possible? Like instead of just doing it on like a little square of a sticker, it might as well like do what I am, like my life size, and then just put those up on the street. I usually put up my art in like the most abandoned place that I can see. So if I'm looking at like a huge wall, I'll find like the most tattered part of that also has a surface that I can apply the paste and the paper without being too wrinkly, like without being like over 3-dimensional objects, but also like as close to just like roughness as possible. I just start drawing the lips and the face and just kind of let the character tell me who he is, and like just add the colors appropriately. It's just like the face color is usually the same as the arms, because that's just how like a human looks. It's like a human's face is usually the same color as the tannest part of his skin, because they both get the most sunlight. So like I always just try to match that the same. And then in terms of clothes, I just like to draw off like the coolest fashion that I've seen in the world, or what I think would be the coolest fashion to see in the world. Just looking back and seeing that I just did a whole bunch of art keeps me motivated to be like, all right, like time today to do it again. And then to just build off of that like over and over, and just try to raise like my vibrations of doing it so that I can have the best possible experience painting it. And then, so then I'll be more inspired to do it again, because it's like, oh, like that's that thing that I just love to do. So of course I would do it as much as possible. So then it's just like a trickle down effect, which turns into a river, which turns into an ocean of work, which is just like, I just like living by that ocean and being able to like go surfing anytime I want by just going and painting. And I think that's the best way to like go about like a true passion, is like just keep on developing it until it's something that you can like dive into anytime. My medium is just like repeating something over and over and over again, but like letting it change and mutate as it just does it, and let it like become beautiful and like grow outward. just like that. So in that sense, I think that the art inspires the own art to like mutate or like inspire other people hopefully to make art, and then it just like it blossoms out into like just like everywhere. And like that is like my message, is just like how like one person's energy into one thing can like transcend everywhere. So it can go like worldwide. Almost like a lot of people ask me, did you paint that directly on the wall? But it's like, no, like it is on paper first and then paste it up, because I do need that layer of separation to make it pop out of the paper. So I put it on the paper first, but then when it goes on the wall, I think it just like, it stands out so much. And then the paint just, if it gets a little bit of dirt with it or whatever, like natural like sediment that's around that rainfall might bring into it, it just like makes the whole thing pop out. And like it is more just like, it's like a dude who just took a shower, who then just like stands on the wall and like just lets as much dirt get on him as possible. And then I think there's something just cool about that, because it's like history in the process. I really want Goons to be like the biggest artist in the world. Like I want my face to be like a worldwide symbol, recognized by all like races and cultures and nations, like everywhere, like kind of like Hello Kitty, but like even like more so in that it's not just like targeted towards one particular audience, but like targeted towards everybody, in that like it's just a face, like it could go on anything. I would love to keep on working with big companies because of like the quickness of the mass scale that you can like reach, like that target audience. Like you could just like promote it like and get all of those people to see it like right away. And I think combining that with like my style, which is like I try to go for like the most poppy that I can feel, like the most bright colors, or like the most just like in your face things that like would like stand out and like keep you like interested and like keep you coming back. And I just want people to like always know that if like they want to see cool art, to go see Goons. I just been like really thankful to have like strong support behind it, because at a certain point, like I wanted to just focus on just doing my art over and over again, and like I kind of just like stopped paying attention to the outside world at all. But it was like so nice, because when I do pay attention and like came back to the world of like promoting my stuff and putting it out there, all of a sudden there was like a great following of people who I had always like looked up to, or like even people I hadn't like necessarily heard of before, who just like came from everywhere, and they were just like, oh, I like love your work, or like you know, that they just think it's awesome. And like just one word of encouragement from someone, I think is all like one needs to know that he's on the right path. Because the thing is like if one other person agrees with you, I feel like you can't do any wrong, because that person just co-signed like you. So I think that's like all that my art is just like a recognition of just like being here and like being alive. And I just hope that everybody can feel that way when they look at it. That's the most important thing for me. I just always want to make my art have that feeling where even if you don't know it, you know it. It's like, wait, is that? But it's like you don't even necessarily know it's Goons right after that. But like I'll do the work and make sure that you know that eventually. But at first, I just want you to just see it and just like have your own experience with it, make up the name behind it, make up the character, because I don't want to add too much personality into it. The most important thing is that you look at each piece and you can just feel it instantly.